What up, Cave Crew? It's Lucas and Patrick, and we're back again, and we're commentating over the second Digimon tournament ever hosted here at Gamers Cave.
Yeah.
On the left, you have yours truly, me. I am playing MaloMyotismon. MaloMyotismon memory control, and on the right we have our local friend, our good compatriot, our Dodie. He is playing yellow security control. So we've got
really annoying.
We've got two control decks going at it, which is right up my alley if you know anything about my Yu-Gi-Oh expertise, and is right up Dodie's alley if you know anything about Dodie's gaming history. So we're going to jump right into it. Dodie won the die roll, so he's forced to go first. You can kind of see my hand here, so we're beginning.
Hatch an egg.
Yep. And
so that's the breeding phase.
I don't believe he had any rookies at all.
No, he's paying 6 for
he
Holy Wave.
Yeah, he
starts to really annoy you.
Yeah, so he starts off with a 6 security card. He told me afterwards, he's like, I didn't have any rookies, and I don't think he had any champions in his hand. So he's like, I'm going to have to leave him with 3. May as well leave him with 6, and then just have an extra security card. He can't hit him anyway, and then I can build up next turn, hopefully, off my draw.
Yeah.
So I hatch. I make ShineGreymon over my MaloMyotismon.
Pay 1
and then I pay 1
Devimon.
Devimon, draw a card.
If you don't know how to play Digimon, it's very simple.
It really is.
Yeah.
Memory is the way you keep track of what's going on. We're keeping track of memory on both sides because it is an official tournament. We are supposed to keep track of our
It highly
memory.
Suggests that each player keeps track of their memory on their own.
And I'm
sometimes they forget to, but...
And I've already Wow, okay. So, yeah, I did go right to ShineGreymon, like, really early. And then I think I start trying to choke him out here because I don't want to, like... And I don't mean that, like, in, like, a wrestling move. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I keep the memory count low on him. Intentionally to...
I think you're dropping a mat here.
I think I'm dropping...
Even without activating its effect.
Yeah. And that was just to make sure that I'm at 3.
Always at 3 memory. That's a good idea.
So for this deck that I'm playing, mat is super important because I like to have plenty of memory to work with. And it forces my opponent to do stuff. So he
puts you at 4 and
yeah. So his reasoning here was, again, he didn't draw into any rookie. So he's like, I got to keep myself alive. So I move ShineGreymon up. ShineGreymon is a silly Digimon.
It really is. I think here you just go for it because you already have him in hand. I can see it.
Yes, I do. I think I'm just making sure I don't do it wrong. So.
Well, I think you do it, then you drop the other mat.
I don't think I dropped the mat yet.
I meant to pick up the ShineGreymon again.
Maybe. I'm not sure what I do here. So I swing with ShineGreymon.
You're going to pay 3 on the attack.
Yep. And it summons MaloMyotismon. It deletes him before the battle. And a couple things happen. So because I had ShineGreymon, I gain a memory. And also because a Digimon was deleted and MaloMyotismon's on field, I gain another memory.
And you also have the DemiMeramon, which lets you draw 1 and trash 1.
Yep. So I gain 2 memory for playing a 5-drop Digivolution.
A 3-drop.
I played 1. I paid 1 to make MaloMyotismon.
Yeah. ShineGreymon makes you pay 3. MaloMyotismon gains you 1. Sukamon gains you 1. And then you also gain benefit off of drawing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's super balanced. So this is basically just giving me my megas early. It can't attack, which is kind of disappointing. And now I'm like in a weird spot where I'm like, I don't know what to discard. So I just got rid of a Gabumon.
That makes sense. You play tons of rookies, so you don't need a ton of them in hand.
Yeah, and I think I have like 2 or 3 right now. It looks like I already have an ShineGreymon in hand, so I don't think I dropped the mat here.
I thought you had you have an ShineGreymon, a Mummymon, and a Gazimon.
So I dropped 6 to
just
5.
play a Vilemon.
Yeah, straight up drop Vilemon. So I've got a blocker and a Malo, which is good.
He finally drew a rookie.
There we go, and now he starts taking off.
Yeah, he's gonna start playing hard, and you're just wait. What do I do here?
Yeah, wait, hold on. 7 security. I gotta start.
7 security plus now you're getting Digimon. What the heck?
It was a bad spot for me to be in.
It was. It was.
Oh
yeah, blocker Unicornmon.
Yep. And now it's like. Now we've got a game that's going to be getting good. So it starts off very in my favor because I was able to amass my advantage. He was just only able to get security. But now that he's starting to get some Digimon on the board,
that security is a real problem for you.
Yeah, now I've got to really start doing the choke out thing.
And then Cutemon, which doesn't mess with you, but if he had a yellow version of Gazimon or something, your deck would hate it.
Yes, it's terrible. Gazimon, for those of you that don't know, is one of the Floodgate Digimon. Doesn't allow either the opponent to gain memory off of anything except tamer effects.
So MaloMyotismon and...
Speaking of Gazimon.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned it.
Yep.
Like in my green deck, I play a version of it, but they don't
Terriermon.
have, they don't have a yellow version of it, sadly.
Yeah.
But instead, they have the yellow Cutemon, which is annoying for green.
Yeah. So I drop a Gazimon, I draw a card, I pay, I think
One.
it's 1 or 2. It's 2 for my Usamon.
For my Usamon, who has jamming, which is a bullcrap mechanic.
Yes. And it's, I don't even think it's the worst one. I think it's good. It's really good. But I think the worst one, honestly, for people to deal with is...
No. TK, that's right.
Yep, I hit the 4-drop TK, which is...
And then TK lets him pick up his entire security.
All 6 cards, figure out what card he needs. And then
If he chooses a yellow, then he adds it to his hand. Or he adds any card to hand. If he chooses a yellow, he then shuffles that and recovery 1.
And it's all yellow, so yes, it's a yellow.
Yeah, he plays a pure yellow deck, which why would... Well, he does play 1 purple card.
He does.
And he really paid for that.
Yeah. Excuse me. So, I'm going to give Retaliation to my Vilemon, and I'm putting it there just so I don't forget.
Retaliation, basically, if...
I'm like, it's just me, I'll be fine.
If his Vilemon would die in battle with a Digimon, then it destroys the other Digimon along with it.
So now he's moving up his
Unimon.
Unimon, yep.
So he's going to pay 2.
And
Not...
Digivolve? I think he
was
still going into... I think he still goes into Greymon, but I'm not sure.
That one was a Geo Greymon. That actually is a different card.
I think. I'm not sure if he's going into Geo or not, but...
Let's see. So no, he's going to pay 3.
Yep. So he's going into Angelomon.
I think you guys both... No, that's still a pay 2 cost, I think. No, it looks like it was a pay 3, but you guys just missed that he only paid 2 for it.
It's very possible. So he's swinging. I'm blocking.
And then you're both going to die.
Yep. We both die.
Because of retaliation. Which...
And then I gain 2 memory, putting it at 1, making it my turn.
Yeah, it should be at 2. We acknowledge that now, but it honestly won't matter because Matt will put it at 3.
Yeah, so, potato.
Yeah.
So... First things first is...
so, technically, you're supposed to gain the memory and then unsuspend and everything, but we're still working on all those. We just started. A lot of these players are brand new to the game. So.
This is my first ever tournament. This is my first tournament game. So, this is Doty's second tournament, so...
No, it's his first tournament. It's his, 6th or 7th game.
Yeah, so... Yeah, we're both relatively newer players, so I moved my Usamon up. I'm checking my trash. Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh terms.
Yeah.
Checking my trash. It's
technically called your recycling.
Whatever.
You recycle.
So I'm going to attack with my Usamon. Because it's got jamming, I can just hit the security.
So he hits that, but jamming says that it doesn't die.
Which is what I wanted. And then I'm going to swing with Malo because I need to start breaking some of these shields that he's got. Because he's had 7. So now in 2 turns, I've dealt with 3 of them. I've gotten to half.
Nope. And then you pay a ton for Piedmon.
I drop Piedmon to get me some blockers. And now, my deck is starting to spitball because, I gave him a lot of memory, but...
He has to do something with it. If he can't, then he just loses anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. So I'm in I felt like I was in the prime position to be able to abuse Piedmon's ability. And I'm just trying to create space, which is something that's really hard to do.
If he makes something big enough to beat your MaloMyotismon through the 2 blockers, even then, your Piedmon has retaliation to kill that thing.
Yep.
Which, that's fair.
And I have a Mummymon in hand. For those of you that can see my hand, I have an Arukeni and a Mummymon in hand right now.
And Mummymon allows him to bring back MaloMyotismon just like with Arukenimon, just only from the recycle.
Yeah, so now he drops a Geo on top of this. He didn't hatch, which I think is weird.
I don't think he had a rookie, so he didn't think of it as it didn't matter. And yes and no, I think you should always hatch at the beginning of your turn.
If you can, you should, just so you can maintain that advantage in that game state. Because now he moves it up 3. He's dropping Angelomon. So we just missed that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything.
No, it didn't change how that play went.
So I brought back, it looks like Devimon and Vilemon.
Yeah, Devimon and Vilemon, the 2 blockers that you've already used. He's going to pay another 3.
And
drop his big boy, who has recovery.
This play, I don't know if I agree with, but it's a good play because what he's going to be able to get is actually like some damage in here. So he's going to swing. I'm going to block it, but he's got the one attacking effect.
Yeah,
I think he summons something.
Does it summon? I thought it was.
Yeah, it summons a level 3, so he's got Lucemon.
Yeah, and then Lucemon has the big win played recovery. And you just get so annoyed at the fact that happened.
So he's figuring out what he wants to do next. Lucemon is...
He is not hitting his Tamers. He
hasn't... Tamers are what this deck, like, breathes off of, and he's just not getting them.
Yeah, his deck is get Tamers, and then...
and
there's one.
There's Kari.
Yeah.
So he puts it at 3 because he needed to max it out. So, like...
Why would he not? He's already going to pay 3 for it.
Yep. So it looks really good.
The only problem is you have Piercing and a Retaliator.
Yep. So I hatch a Demimera. I think I have rookies, but I'm just trying to figure out like what the right play to do here
I think you're looking to see if you have game here. That's how you normally are. You're like, can I just end
I'm
it here?
always looking for game. That's my only mentality. I just don't have the...
You don't have a way to give anything security attack +1.
Yeah.
So you're going to attack with jamming first.
Yep.
Kill that Angemon.
Yep. Which was good because it was exactly enough to beat my MaloMyotismon.
Yeah.
So, sorry, there's a game going on downstairs. We're recording at the shop.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I'm contemplating what's my bigger threat. I'm thinking the Magnadramon is what's more important to kill. And that's what I'm plotting around right now.
I just swing the Mallow into it.
I think I go with the Piedmon, and my reasoning being is that I have another mat still in hand. So what I can do here is Suicide Bomb, take that thing out with me, so we're both dead, and then what I can do now is I gain 2 memory for that. So I can still drop Mat, and then I have Piedmon back in hand, but then I still have plenty of stuff I can still do. So I do attack with Mallow first.
That's why I thought you should have attacked with Mallow for Piercing.
Yep.
Beaten him, got the memory, got that, and then attacked with Piedmon just to see what happens.
Yeah. But I think I wanted to make sure that I had enough plays recovery-wise, because I believe this is where I do add...
Yeah, you add the Piedmon right
back to hand. Now I'm at 0 memory. I
You're
want to try
at
to choke him.
You are at 1.
But I can't really. I don't think I can. So I think what I do here is I drop... I think
you just drop...
Or maybe I just pass?
Maybe. Worst case scenario, it still goes to 3.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing I think I'm trying to figure out here is how do I want to deal with it. So I'm discussing what's going on in the board state, and no, I don't.
6. I think you're dropping a Mummymon.
I do hard play a Mummymon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
your
maintaining
turn.
A board presence for me. But he's got plenty of memory now to work with. Yep, so he does. Yeah, I remembered that he did hatch because I was talking to him about it. I'm like, I don't know why you didn't hatch. He draws. This is actually a position where he's not in a terrible spot. So he's got 3 security. I've got 5. I only have 1 blocker, and while that could be detrimental to him, if he starts playing aggressive a little bit here, if he starts pressing the board state, which he does here, I gain 1 memory, but now like he's forcing me to drop Piedmon in order to keep myself alive.
Yeah, I think that was his other reasoning, is that even if he kills it... Oh, yeah, and then... Oh, no. Yeah, so...
Yeah, he was confused about the Mallow thing. He forgot Mallow was alive.
Yeah.
Mallow is...
Well, no. So you attacked one of his security. When one of his securities goes away with Kari, he gains a memory.
Okay.
So that's something that you guys forgot about on your turn.
Yeah, so
you were at 0, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
And he's going to pay another 3. Drop another Cupon. I think he's just trying to put up pressure so that way it forces you to block.
It's going to force me to play the Piedmon, which is what I think he's trying to do, which is a very smart play. It means that I can only use 1 memory in order to be able to play the card. So I have to be smart here. It's a smart play.
Yeah, it is the correct play.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, he's really thinking about it.
I mean, this game was intense. This was very stressful game for us when we were doing it in person. So
it was.
You can't see the memory counter that's in front. I'm like, the more I'm watching the game board, the more I'm like, oh yeah, that is a memory counter right there. We're plotting a lot of courses of action here.
Yeah,
and he just passes.
He just passes. I think that's the right play. It forces you to only have one thing.
Yeah, because I was going to 3 either way. He's like, there's no point in trying to choke it. So now it's, what do I do here? I don't think I still don't think I have a Malo.
You're going to attack with jamming.
Yeah. First, I got to start dealing with this.
Yeah.
So I deal with that.
ShineGreymon. You're going to attack with Malo.
Yep.
Unicornmon. And then I think you just drop the Piedmon here.
I think I attack with Mummy.
I think he forgot to gain a memory again off of Kari. He needs to start remembering that.
Yeah.
Oh, you attacked with the Mummymon.
I did, yep.
Put him at 0, so you're forcing him to do stuff.
Yep.
Again, if he would have gained that 1 memory, that would have been actually really hard for you to do.
He would have been at 10, yeah. And that's just a oopsie made a poopsie moment. And I move that up, and I'm playing Piedmon, so I get Vilemon and Devimon. And he's pointing, he's like, this needs to stop.
It does.
Here's
where he'll attack with Cutemon, you don't care.
Yeah. Like,
the only thing you stop is the 10k.
Yeah, this game got to right now, this game is at the point where and a lot of people that play here will admit that if I get to this game board state, I'm probably winning because it's so difficult to deal with. Because Malo gives me so much advantage. I have blockers that can deal with stuff. I've got a Retaliator that cleans up shop. I've got a MaloMyotismon that's cleaning up your... what do you deal with? What's the biggest threat on the board? And for everybody, it's different, and it's hard to get to.
This is also the space where, I don't think Doty's used to playing in a tournament because some games will go to time because of how long the games go. I think this is where it shows him not understanding how that works.
Right.
Because at this point, with me... As much as I don't like doing it, I would have just said, Scoop, go to game 2, because I don't have a way to keep you off of all of your guys attacking.
Yeah. And I think he's trying to dig for it right now, which is...
He doesn't have an out, and I know that. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, he'd need 4 blockers, and we know that there's 3 in the trash right now.
Yeah, he does not have an out.
Yeah.
We know that.
We know that in hindsight. Well, in the moment, I don't know if he knew he didn't have an out to it or not, but... I think he might be also trying to get to ShineGreymon.
Even with ShineGreymon, if he had 7 Tamers, I would agree with it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, and he doesn't really have a way to play around it.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Because like I said, I don't know what he was digging for. Because if he was able to get, let's say, he was able to draw into a couple, a Tamer or 2. If he was able to draw into 1 more Tamer, what he's able to clean up is 2 of my attackers, and then all it is landing on a blocker.
Well, here you just let your...
So what he could have done here is that he could have used Lucimon to deal with one of my attackers. He could have used...
the most he could have done was attack with Lucimon, you block it to keep your attacker alive. He attack with ShineGreymon, you block it to keep your attacker alive.
Yeah.
And then you gain the memory anyway.
Yeah. So it's a very difficult spot, but he's going in for it because he doesn't want to scoop. And you know what? As much as we may not agree with it in a super competitive sense, in a casually competitive sense, which this is, I agree with it because you want to see what it can do. And one of the best things that this has an advantage for is you know what you're playing against, and it gives you a lot more knowledge because it's forcing them to make more plays, so you could figure out more about their deck and their play style.
Well, in that way, we helped him build his deck out for everyone to know. If you were playing against this and you never saw the Rise or ShineGreymon, you might not assume that is that. I would have scooped to keep that information hidden. That way they don't know that you're playing a ShineGreymon variant.
Yeah, and the other reason why I think what he's doing is smart in some instances is while we don't agree with it in a hyper-competitive sense, in this sense, he might actually be able to cheese out games 2 and 3 simply by by virtue of having the opportunity, I guess, to deal with things. So what it's doing is it's giving him more knowledge of what the deck he's playing against is, which can be beneficial. It just depends on how long you are into time.
Yeah, and
and I'm bringing it up right now.
We're about halfway into it.
We're about halfway into game.
So if it goes to game 3 and you have no time because your games last a long time, that's why
he could still get a draw, which keeps him from that defeated spot, which can actually help him in points, pushing him over the top. I will take a draw over a loss every day.
Yeah,
I mean it's not a terrible strategy. So it's, do you trust yourself in games 2 and 3 to be able to win? And
it's very hard to determine that.
you know what? I got to give him props. He's going for it. He is going in big, and he's trusting his gut that he can win games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And that's good.
I think here you guys are actually discussing, like, look, you don't have a way to out this right now.
That's what he's trying to figure out, and I'm like, that's what one of the things we're talking about, but now it's at 2 memory.
And it'll go to 3 on your turn, so it doesn't matter.
So he's figuring out what to do.
He just now remembered the Kari coming back.
Yeah.
He's going to give both of them minus 4,000. Doesn't delete either of them.
I thought it deletes the MaloMyotismon.
No, he gave it to Digimon and Vilemon.
Oh, okay.
In which then they both go back to normal.
Yep.
And all you have to do is just declare one attack with MaloMyotismon. It has piercing. Even if he blocks it, it dies.
Yeah.
And you win the game off of that.
And I think that's what I do.
I
attack with Piedmon.
Yeah, and he scoops it right up.
We're into game 2. Game 2, because he lost, he gets to choose, and I believe he makes me go first. I almost cut my own deck there because I'm losing my mind.
You lose your mind a lot.
I do. It's fine. We're going to see what happens here. So he taps the deck. He just says, don't worry about it. Let's get to going. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do it. And here we go. So I believe he makes me go first. I'm not 100% sure.
We'll be finding out here just in a second.
Yep. It's this yellow deck is honestly like, I don't like playing against the deck that's in round 2 again, that I end up playing in round 2, but like this yellow deck might be my second least favorite deck to deal with just because of how long the games can go.
That's fair.
And I don't mind long games, but like this was stressful.
That's fair.
Not because of anything other than like if I don't amass good resources early and I don't keep good game control, I lose. I can just lose because I'll give them a lot of memory and then be outed.
Yeah.
I don't recommend playing the deck I'm playing if you're new to the game.
So it looks like he decided to go first.
Yes. Okay. Interesting.
And he did hit a rookie on turn 1 this time. So
that's good. Yeah, I know this game was a lot better for him in terms of like rookie
hitting the cards he needs.
His Digimon lining.
Yeah.
So he makes Patamon. That Patamon's really good.
It is.
And then he pays 2 for a ShineGreymon.
Yep.
Which gives him a draw, and I think that's the right play. Because he's in a good spot. And he's choking me on memory early, which is one of those things that you have to do.
Yeah, he didn't have the ability to last time, and I think that just hurt him so much.
And then I think
you're going to pay 1. Make Devimon.
Yep.
Then
I
think you pay the 4 for him. For who you're thinking.
I do.
It looks like that's what you're thinking about.
Or I know I'm thinking about it. Nope. I do pay 2. I think
2.
It's Devimon.
Yep.
Demi.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Get a rookie out. Have ability to retaliate back.
I could have done that play a lot better if I had just gone Egg, Gazimon, then hard play Devimon, then summon Devimon, but I think I top decked that off of the Devimon.
Yeah, I think you drew it off of it.
Yeah, so it happens.
He's going to pay 3, make that ShineGreymon.
Yep.
And then because of ShineGreymon's effect, he's going to be able to drop a Tamer. Or he doesn't have one.
Looks like it.
Yeah. ShineGreymon has the when Digivolving effect, drop a yellow Tamer.
I pay 2, and I Digivolve into Vilemon, giving me 2 blockers, putting me in a pretty decent position now. Looks like I've got Mallow and Pied in hand, so I'm in a good spot. Now
you're just waiting to see if you hit an Aro Kenny or something.
Yeah, that's kind of the hope here. So I think the next thing I do here is I think I either drop Matt or I drop Gazi. I drop Gazi.
Gazi, yeah.
My boy.
Try to make sure he doesn't gain more memory.
Yeah, just trying to make sure that I maintain game advantage. He hatches.
He's going to make another Agumon.
Agu!
And then draw. Yep.
This is actually a really good game. There's a lot of like back and forth and thought and
pay 3.
Yep. So it's
Magnamon.
Magnadramon. Yep.
And then he's going to swing with it to gain its when attacking effect.
And I think
or not. He just outright plays a Bushi Agumon.
Well, it's one of his effects.
Oh,
he is attacking. He just isn't suspended.
Yeah. So he's attacking. He attacks a Gazumon, and then Bushiagamon drops, and then Bushiagamon has the effect with Rush.
Yep. So it's able to attack.
But I don't think he's going to because your Vilemon and Devimon kind of just kill him.
Yeah. So he pays 2 to make Unimon.
I would have put the Unimon over the Bushiagamon to have a blocker there.
I mean, I can agree with that. I hatch. I believe I Digivolve. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Tsukai.
Tsukai, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, goodness.
He's explaining, I think, some of the effects.
We're just... I'm making sure... I think I asked about what effects he's got because he's got like 1.5 million inherited. So I end up swinging with Gazi.
Gazi dies.
And Gazi gets blown
really
up.
bad.
Oh, yeah. Them's the breaks sometimes. So I think what I'm thinking here is the right thing to do is start getting some memory control. So I think this is where I pay the 4 and I play Matt and Ty.
Matt and Ty because at the beginning...
Because he's got a level 6.
He already has a level 6. As long as it doesn't die, you're going to gain the memory.
And because I don't have a way to kill it right now, this is going to give me some more advantage, which is one of those things.
You don't really
I
have a
use.
great way to kill a suspended Digimon.
I don't. Well, I do. It's retaliation.
Yeah, but you have to draw those, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, you don't have a great way to just out it unless you already have it.
Yeah. But that being said, like, because of retaliation and all the other effects that the deck just has access to because it's purple, it's really solid. Now yellow is like yellow's board is looking like my board from last game.
Yeah.
And I know I'm in a bad spot because I haven't seen Arukenimon or Mummymon.
Yeah. And that can make a big difference.
Yep.
He's going to attack.
So,
I think you should be blocking with the Devimon here to get the Marimon trash. You're going to block with Vilemon.
Yep. I think my reasoning here was I wanted to save the Devimon deletion to potentially get... Like, I'm trying to save as much as I can to try and, like, build up better resources, but I'm just in a weird spot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it doesn't matter ultimately.
No. Let's see.
Because his ultimates, the things he's attacking with, like, his ultimates and champions are just bigger than 6,000, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. And then he drops an Agumon off of that effect.
Yup. And he's still got the Bushi Agumon, so he's going to drop 3. He's going to 0 to play another Unimon.
Yeah, he paid 2. He goes
This
to
board
0.
is looking exactly like mine.
He's just throwing up blocker after blocker after blocker, not letting you move.
Yeah, and it's putting me in a weird position.
Let's see. Does he play a Tamer? He's paying 2. He's making another Unimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a field.
Yeah, he's got one big attacker, and he's just keeping you off of things.
Yep. So I gain
2 memory because he has a level 6 or higher Digimon.
Yep. And now it's time to move Tsukaimon up, and it looks like I just picked up an Arukenimon.
You did pick up an Arukenimon.
So I'm going to Digivolve it with 3, moving that into board.
Moving it to 1,
Yep.
and then you're going to swing with it.
Because I'm in a position where if I don't do this, I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
So I swing with Arukeni. I use the effect of Arukeni.
Yep.
I move it down 3, so it goes to 2.
I think he's asking about when attacking effects
so we're going
activate.
over that real quick.
So when attacking effects activate before blockers are declared, but after the attack has been declared.
Yeah. So he's thinking because he's like, crud, he's getting out the boy.
Yeah.
And Malo is a pain to deal with. Like,
he is. Because then you're going to gain 1 memory just for him being placed.
Yep.
And then you're going to gain... Then you're going to be able to draw 1 and trash 1 because of your Demi Marimon.
So I think that's the only other effect I have. So the Demi Merit, draw 1, discard 1. So I drop a Gabu.
Man, you do not like your Gabumons.
No, it's the bad Gabumon, and I literally have it because it's a 0 drop. That's it.
Honestly, because of some things like Black is playing, it might be better to play a 4 cost 0 that has no effect overall.
Yeah.
So that way, like, the play cost of 3 thing doesn't matter to them. You can keep your rookie on there.
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly starting to think about that for my green deck.
Yeah. There's stuff I'm looking at, but like he's attacking with Magnetramon, I literally can't block it. So I'm hoping he hits something big.
He's gonna drop another guy.
Yep.
I think he hits a Piedmon here.
I believe that's right. We're gonna find out.
No,
it's a Vial.
So it stays alive this turn.
And now I'm pretty much guaranteed to start at 3 because he's got a level 6 on board.
He's going to pay 2.
He dropped a whole... Yeah, he dropped a different card.
And he's just throwing his cards everywhere. Drop a Geo, draw 1, and then you're going to go to 3 because he has MaloMyotismon.
Yep. So first I draw for turn, then I go to my 3.
I think the way he wins this is by you being forced to attack his MaloMyotismon with your Malo and him just having to block with the Unimon every time. Even though you pierce it, he keeps his MaloMyotismon alive.
Yeah, so now it's just I'm attacking with a Malo into a security.
Yeah,
I'm keeping the MaloMyotismon alive strictly so that I can gain the memory off of it and keep myself in an advantageous position. Now I'm playing Piedmon. I'm putting him at 9, and I'm able to get 2 blockers out. And now is where this deck is starting to be in its groove.
Yeah, once you drop those extra blockers off of Piedmon, then it just kind of doesn't allow him to play the game.
As long as I've got 3 or more security and I'm in this kind of a game state, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And I got really fortunate that most of his champions in this game have been able. They were just blockers. He didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think the biggest problem is that he dropped so many blockers instead of just attacking and forcing the interaction.
Yeah, if he had pushed me down, let's say like to 2 or even 1. If one of those Unimons were a ShineGreymon or
he's gonna recover here though.
Yes, he sure is. I think he goes to 4 here.
Yeah, he's gonna draw 1, and then he's gonna recover because Angelomon was Digivolved. Well, he has 3 or less security cards.
Yep. So I know that I've been pushed into the back seat here. Yeah. And I've been playing from the back foot almost this entire game. He's done a very...
and then he holy waves just to put insult to injury and make it so that way it goes up to 5 again. And then he drops a TK so all his guys are bigger in there.
Yep. And it's just like...
What do you do to that?
Yeah, like... I amassed enough resources to be able to fight back, and it didn't matter.
No.
And, like, he's back to 5 security. He's got 3 blockers on the board. He's got 2 things that can swing.
I think the correct answer there, he should have attacked with MaloMyotismon before activating all those effects.
Yeah. So the MaloMyotismon, like, now is starting to look like a bigger problem than it is to me. And that's kind of hard to deal with. So what I'm going to do first is attack with Malo. He's not blocking it strictly because he doesn't want to give me memory and lose a security.
Yeah, so you gain, it was a 5 versus a 12.
So I'm starting to like even this game out, which is desperately needed.
Yeah.
Next up is I don't know if I attack with Piedmon or not.
I don't think you do because you're saving it for the retaliation for the MaloMyotismon.
Yeah.
I think you're contemplating attacking with your Sukaimons.
I think I'm contemplating dropping.
You're putting out another... retaliation Digimon. That's right.
Yeah, so I have... and with Sukaimon, that's really good.
Yeah.
Underneath it, because then I don't care.
It has retaliation, and it gives retaliation.
Yeah, he's just confused about it. He's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, why does it have both? Why does it have the same effect on both?
Yeah, he's
parts?
just like... In the moment, I think what he said was, that's bull. Like, why?
So, he's going to attack. You're going to block it.
Yep.
He's going to die. You're going to gain 2 memory off of the 2 Digimon dying, and then you're going to gain 1 off of Sukai, and then you're going to be able to draw and trash 1.
Yep. Because that's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair amounts of abilities here.
Yeah, that's super fair. I think I would have just let that go because I don't think he has a single Digimon that can't kill it because he has plus 2,000.
Yeah. So now I think, I attack with...
now you attack with
Pied. And it hits a TK, so I'm not in a good...
he hits a tie, so now all of his guys gain an extra 1,000 while he has 3 or less.
And now it's just like... Because I only have the 2 blockers.
Yeah.
So I have to be smart about what I'm doing here.
I think what you might be trying to get to is another MaloMyotismon.
I think my goal here is actually to get to another Piedmon. Because I know I have another, I think I have another blocker or 2 in my trash.
So it looks like you're thinking about dropping him. Or no, that's an Armageddon Mon.
I think it's MaloMyotismon that I'm thinking, I'm going to drop MaloMyotismon.
Yeah.
And what I'm able to do here is get rid of the Magnadramon, and it's one less problem to deal with. So he can't put me on the back pedal in one turn, which is, like, the only way he does it is if he gets off of his blockers. I'm pretty much putting him between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Because I have to do it.
You do. And then you gain a memory. Here is what it should happen.
No, because it's not deleted.
Oh, put it on the bottom.
Yep. So he's automatically at 3 because it's a tie.
This I come in. I have to judge him. Tie does not put him at 3. That's what he thought it did. He's used to some of the cards that do that look like that, but no, that tie does not do that.
It's very confusing. Appearances, man. Appearances. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, though, I didn't even correct him because I didn't even think he was wrong. I thought he was right, 100%.
When you play Yu-Gi-Oh, if someone says something, then they just agree.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We can't read. So now, let's see what he does here. He's got 2 blockers on board, so the only way that he's able to get into a position where he can win is by...
So he's going to pay the 2 memory... Oh, he forgot he has to pay the memory to attack. Yeah. I pointed that out again. So I think he's just flustered at this point because he doesn't know what to do after the Magnadramon went away.
Yeah.
So
because I had to put him in that position.
So he's trying to figure out what he wants to do after that.
But what it does do is it allows him to start choking me, which can be really bad. Because he's still got 3 security as well, and he has more recovery options for it. So he's attacking with Angelwoman. I have to block it.
Yeah.
Putting him at 0 because it gives me memory, and
then he's gonna pay 4
to drop
TK.
The TK
that lets him look at the things or grab one.
And I can't realistically, I can't win this turn. And he knows it. I've got 4 attackers, and he's got 2 blockers.
Yeah, he'll have 3 recovery, but you'll... Yep. I think he showed you a ShineGreymon.
Yeah. And I know that I have to clean shop. I've got to deal with this Angelwoman. Because with that coming on board, if that ShineGreymon drops next turn, what basically happens is that I lose my blocker, and I lose my Tsukaimon, and I...
Or he could just delete your Malo.
Or he can just straight up delete Malo or even Millennium. Well, Malo would be the correct option, but...
Yeah. Just give Malo minus 1,200, which 12,000, which kills him.
It's just... He did do this in a very smart way. I'm not in a good position. I didn't hatch, mostly because I forgot. But there it is. I see what I just drew here, and... that is...
Yeah, the Trump Sword.
Yeah, that's game.
Yeah, the Trump Sword kind of ends it.
Trump Sword just put, like...
Because you're going to...
Yeah, but I attack with MaloMyotismon. He's going
to be forced to block.
Yep.
Because he loses if he doesn't.
Yep, so he's got to block, giving me another memory.
Then you're going to attack again.
With Malo.
He should not block this.
Yes, and I don't think he does. I think he's correct, and he says, I'm not blocking that one, because that's a silly goose move.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no, he does.
No, he does block it, and then you mentioned that it has piercing, and then he goes, oh, well, that's stupid. And then you check it anyway.
Yep.
And it's a Kari.
And I think what he was trying to do there was he was forcing me to attack my other things so that I didn't attack the Angelwoman, which actually was was pretty smart.
Then you drop the Piedmon.
Yep, so I'm giving him memory to work with, but I was trying to make it so that I mitigated that loss, and now I'm getting 2 more blockers out, which I think this is where it's beyond his scope of winning.
Yeah, he can delete one of your guys in total. He can only delete 1.
Yeah. And that's kind of the point here is I have to...
I think the only reason he's staying in, I think he does have 1 security card that can make a difference.
He does. He has a few. If I hit Holy Wave, he gets a security +2.
1. It only recovers itself.
I think when it's security checked, is it 1?
It only recovers itself. It activates its main effect. But he does have the one that says all of your guys get minus security tech 1.
Yeah. So he's got a few ways he could survive this. And there's Lucas's hand.
My hand keeps coming in here.
This game was so good. It was so stressful.
It was.
You were over at our table a lot.
Well, I had to be. Everyone else was finished.
Yeah, that's true. At this point, everybody else was finished. But even during, you were here.
He just dropped it. He had more than 10, so he just drops Lucemon, which recovers, and you got annoyed at that.
I did. I was very frustrated.
And then I think here he should pay 3 to make ShineGreymon, even though he's not going to attack with it. And knowing your hand, it's going to be trump sorted, but he gets to delete the MaloMyotismon.
Yeah, and then I stopped gaining advantage off of things being deleted, which is helpful.
For him, yeah.
He'd actually be able to delete that, and that's it. Yeah,
it would only deal another
because they're all over 4,000.
Yeah.
They're just big enough to annoy ShineGreymon to require 2 to kill him.
Yeah. Because, yeah, everything you have requires either 3 or 2, and he only has 4 to mess with.
Yeah.
So he could delete 2 blockers, but that still leaves you with 1 and enough guys to attack.
Yeah, he's got to deal with the attackers, which is the hard part here.
Yeah. Man, it's hard to commentate when you're just like, I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, I can't.
So he goes for an attack.
He does attack here, and I think
because he has 3 or more, he gains extra abilities. That's what the GeoGreymon line does.
Yeah. So
he gives MaloMyotismon minus 4,000.
Yeah, he does. I have to block it because Malo took a 4,000 point hit. So I'm blocking it. I'm gaining memory.
Yeah, you gain 2 memory off of that.
Yep. ShineGreymon.
And he forgot about that, I think. He's like, wait, why'd you gain so much? I point out MaloMyotismon and ShineGreymon.
So he wanted to attack with Lucemon, but he couldn't.
It doesn't have rush.
So now that he's dropped that by 4,000,
now he can delete another guy.
Now we could deal with...
I believe it drops him by 4,000. It might drop him by less. If it drops him by any less than 4,000, it does not do enough.
Yeah. But if we're correct, which we might be wrong, then what he can do is he can delete the MaloMyotismon, and he can actually delete one of my blockers.
Yeah. If it minused by at least 2,000, in my opinion, the better option would have been dropping the Piedmon, killing the Piedmon and a blocker.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out. So he's gonna pay the 3 or the 4.
Yep. He's only got 1 card in hand because he hasn't been able to.
Oh no, he just passes.
Yeah, he just passed. Yeah, that pretty much
that seals the game here. He doesn't have a blocker. You have 5 attackers. The blockers can attack.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. You're gonna attack.
So it's just a matter.
Hits Mastamon. They both die.
Yep, because of TK. But I can detach that, and I still keep Millennium on.
Yeah, you keep Millennium on.
And he's just like, well, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's
which
that's
it is.
Bull.
Yeah,
I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah,
yeah, that happens.
Okay, but I can't attack, but I still get a free memory off of it, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
Then I go
attack with Pied.
Yep. So if this is if either of these are Holy Wave, he's in it.
Rise.
Yep.
No, even if it was Holy Wave, you would attack one more time.
Oh, I know. I've got 4 memory. Yeah, I've got 4 memory right now, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, because you gained the 1 from.
Yep. So I'm attacking with Malo.
And that's the game.
And that's game.
Because then you just pay 2 memory to attack with one of your blockers.
No, I paid 3 just to swing with
Arcany. Yeah.
I paid 1 more to win with an Arcanimon.
And that's the game. All right. Well, that was a very good game.
It was very long. It was very stressful. A few notes for both players. For me, it was. I think I played that game pretty well. Game 2, if he had been a little bit more aggressive in the early part of the game, he probably would have won.
Probably.
I don't know that. Just looking back at it, I didn't have any ultimate, so I had no way into my megas. Regardless, I had to hard play them. So if he had been a little bit more aggressive, instead of me being at 3 there, I would have been at 1, and then it would have been like the tie and mat that I was just kind of like chilling on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been. I would have had to play more aggressively.
You would have,
which would have put me in a bad position, and he would have won.
Yeah,
probably. I would say 90% of the time he wins in that scenario if he was just aggressive early and often. He had all the blockers that he needed.
Yeah.
He had more blockers than he could possibly use.
Yeah.
Because by the time I get there, I have a Piercer and a Retaliator. Like, it's bad things to block.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing that we that I would say for Doty a lot is he doesn't like being aggressive, but he needs to be when he's playing like this.
Against purple.
Honestly, against any deck, he just has to be a little bit more aggressive because he...
A little bit. Like, he played defensively. His defensive setup for that game was almost flawless.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of decks that can break through that in a quick succession. And, I mean, even me playing this...
In a quick succession took over 20 minutes.
Yeah. Like, it was a very grindy game, and had he gone ShineGreymon or anything earlier and just started deleting stuff and hitting the things, he was in a winning position. He also didn't see his tamers in either game, which really hurt.
It really does.
Because the deck does kind of flow around its tamers.
It does.
I think he played very, very well. Overall, he was a great opponent.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal game.
It was. It was really, really
I think
good.
it was my favorite game of the entire day for myself, was this game.
Yeah. The next game you did not like that much.
I mean, it's just a bad
matchup. Yeah.
But this game was fun. It was it was just a fun 2 games. And I think the only critiques I have are play more aggressively for Doty on the right, and for myself, it's control the pace better.
Yeah.
I got a little too shotgunning with my Piedmons in game 2.
You did.
I played, 3 of them? 2 of them?
2 of them.
Yeah, I just need to slow it down a smidge.
Yeah.
But MaloMyotismon, clutch.
MaloMyotismon did clutch you out that game. All right. We'll see you guys in game 2.